The values of the Olympics resound globally. The Olympics started with the world coming together in peace, in harmony, to promote a sense of acceptance and tolerance of other peoples, of other cultures, of nations. I think the foundation of the Olympic values has helped shape every decision I make, whether it's in my relationships, whether it's in my business, whether it's in my nonprofit and charity work. Celebrate excellence. Try like crazy to win, but always honor the game and play fair. And I think that's a great way to live your life. Well, I'll actually never forget the first day I walked into a gymnastics gym. It was like a high-tech playground with rings and bars and trampolines and fun stuff to swing on and fly off of, and gymnastics just seemed like the thing that I was destined to do right then. And I knew when I was about 10 years old, I didn't know how far I was going to go with it, but I knew that's where my passion was, and I knew that's where I felt like I belonged. But I'd say by the time I was about 16 or 17, I realized that I was among the top 8 or 10 guys in the United States, and then I started thinking, you know, maybe something like the World Championships or the Olympics could be in my future. My first big team I made was the Pan American Games team in 1975, and that just fueled my fire because it was a little bit less than a year later that the 1976 Olympics were going to be in Montreal. We took 7th place as a team, and I did not make the finals on anything, but I knew that's where I wanted to be. Having been a national team member and an Olympian in high school, I had really lots of choices where I could go to school. Oklahoma wasn't quite renowned. They were only 19th in the country before I came, but they had recently recruited a new coach named Paul Zert, and he was a real pioneer in the Japanese technique, which was sort of the new wave of gymnastics back in the 70s. Nothing was better than when I was competing for the University of Oklahoma as a gymnast. There's something of a brotherhood and a fellowship that you gain from being on a college team that's like nothing else. Well, the '84 Olympics obviously was the moment that most people remember about my career because it was the most public moment.
The games of the 23rd Olympiad.
And the Chinese are here not only in great strength, but in great depth. They scored 6 10s. Perfect scores this morning.
You know, the Chinese were the world champions. They were heavily favored to win the Olympic gold medal.
The Chinese are just going after it.
Now on the vault here is Bart Conner out of the University of Oklahoma.
For some reason, the 6 guys on our team in '84, we just had one of those magical nights.
You don't know until you hit it. That's a fabulous ball.
We beat the team from China, the reigning world champions. We beat them by 7/10 of a point to win the gold medal. So I was also fortunate because I was able to score a perfect 10 to win a gold medal on the parallel bars in the final routine of my competitive career.
And he nails it.
You know, it's kind of funny because you always wonder when's your time to bow out.
There was the gold medal performance by Bart Conner on the parallel bars.
And it all came together perfectly for me because I was already old. My last performance in the Olympics was a 10 to get a gold medal. I'm like, that would be it. That's my exit. And so I quit competing in 1984, but I've really never left gymnastics. Well, you have to know a lot of people automatically think, you know, once you win an Olympic gold medal, you're somehow rich and famous. And, you know, most gymnasts, when they're done, they have to figure out a way to make a living. Everything I do now has something to do with gymnastics. Our Gymnastic Academy, the television work I do for ESPN, the magazine that we publish, the manufacturing, we make gymnastics accessories and supplies. Even my family. I mean, I married Romanian Olympic champion Nadia Comaneci. It's just about everything in my life has been connected to the good things that have happened to me as a result of gymnastics. I'm just grateful that I stayed connected to Paul Zert, my former coach at OU, and he's been an important mentor for me in terms of how I live my life and how I run my business. And we opened up the Gymnastic Academy because that just seemed like a natural to, you know, coach gymnastics, earn a living doing what I love to do, and help kids reach their potential.
This is going to be tricky for you guys.
Right now we have 1,400 students in our program. Everything from little 18-month-old kids who come once a week for 45 minutes, up to the highest level kids who are trying to train for the national team or full scholarships around the country. I just think gymnastics is a great foundation for kids to build on. It's a great place to learn good motor skill development, strength, flexibility. You fall all the time and you got to get back up and keep going. I mean, all the lessons you can learn from a great youth sports experience translate into your work in school and to your work in business. Well, I'll never forget Eunice Kennedy Shriver, the sister of JFK, called me in the mid-'80s, and I had been a volunteer teaching gymnastic clinics for Special Olympics programs in Oklahoma. And she said, well, why don't you help start a Special Olympics program in Zimbabwe while you're down there? So I said, okay. Within a few weeks, they had Special Olympics Zimbabwe. Well, now Special Olympics is in 170 countries around the world, more than 4 million athletes, and it's something I'm very passionate about. So we're doing our part here. We have Special Olympics programs at our gym. We have over 100 children now who are involved in gymnastics, who are children with autism, who are learning to open up and reconnect and unlock their gifts because of movement education related to gymnastics. And I'm finding this is a place where we can make an important contribution. The Olympic values transcend sports. I learned that through the Olympics, and now I see it through the eyes of the athletes of Special Olympics. And the beauty of it is a very simple idea. Let's play sports. Try like crazy to win. But we're going to foster a sense of oneness. We're all in this together. Everybody should have a chance to maximize their abilities, whatever they are.